Will you position that other one?
I'd say put it right there though. Because we have to have it this way as far as we can get it. And that was it was up against that flat. Hey, what's happening, everybody? Got the old Mongo man here. If you've never been here to Mongo's Garage, welcome. Actually, we're not in Mongo's Garage right now. We're in Kenny's Garage, but this is Mongo's Garage YouTube channel. What we're working on out here tonight is a 1986 Ford F350, better known as the Bullnose. As you can see there's a 12-valve Cummins sitting between the front wheels. This is the Cummins swap for Clifford, and we are well on our way to getting this thing done. I want to spend a little bit of time here this evening explaining some of the problems that we've run into and my workarounds and what we've done to get to this point, right? So it is a 12-valve Cummins, 5.9 liter, and we are putting a Dodge aftercooler in it, or charge air cooler, if you will. But other than that, it's like putting 10 pounds of crap in a 5-pound sack. I've said that countless times. Let me show you why. So one of the biggest challenges is trying to get the power steering to work. Here's your power steering pump. And we have a vacuum pump and a power steering pump off of a Dodge pickup. Obviously, we got the wrong parts. The vacuum booster is not here yet, but that's where it'll go. As you can see, KJ did switch this thing over to a standard transmission. That is the clutch master cylinder from a OBS. Installs really nice. And actually, he used a support bracket from Jeff's Bronco graveyard, and you can see right there as part of that bracket, it actually helps support the firewall so that it doesn't crack from fatigue. Here is the fuel delivery. Manual fuel pump, of course. We chose to put an inline fuel filter in it, and we're utilizing the factory fuel line coming up from the back. The return line is coming from here, going right into that return line going to the back. You can see tucked away way down in the back there is the Dodge power steering hose. That's the power steering hose from a something like a 94 Dodge with the Cummins in it. And it comes out right here. And you can see there's a JIC fitting. These were put on. This is the Ford hose. As you can see, it comes over and goes right into the Ford steering box. So that was the first challenge. Oil pressure, as you can see way in the back there. So that's oil pressure coming out of the block. And the top there, it comes up into that stainless steel line and it feeds the injection pump right there. And then out of the bottom, it comes out in that hose. And then that hose comes all the way over here and feeds up into the vacuum pump. From the vacuum pump, it goes into this other hose, which comes up here and is gonna get the Ford, let's see if I can get it to focus, yep. That'll get the Ford oil pressure sending unit, which I believe this wire will hook to. Then we have the accelerator cable, which is on this little bracket that I've built right here, coming up to the accelerator on the pump. Now, we're running into a problem with this simply because the pedal throw in the cab is only about 1.5 inches. So you'll go from idle to full throttle in 1.5 inches of pedal travel. So I'm gonna have to figure out something different there. And how that'll be done is that lever arm will be extended. It'll be longer, which will give me a longer throw and give me a more manageable pedal travel. We did get the dipstick installed. That comes up there. As you can see, it's right there. And then from there, tucked way down in there is the fuel solenoid. That's a hold in, pull in solenoid, pull in, hold in. You guys have seen cobble this thing together. This is the rad support, and it does have the Dodge intercooler mounted in it. Currently, the radiator is way over there with a 12-inch and a 10-inch electric fan mounted to it. That is the radiator out of a big block Ford 460 for the Bullnose, of course. So once I get that radiator in there, you'll see a little better just how tight it is up here. The rad is gonna be like very close to the face of where the fan was supposed to drive. That's the fan drive off of the Cummins. The electric fan on this side nests right in here. And on this side, obviously I have a lot more room, so it's the bigger of the two. I am going to be using electric fans, so I have to have a fan controller for the relays. That's what that is right there. It's going to, I believe, turn on at 185 and off at 175. Next up is going to be the downpipe, which is over on the other side, and I'll show you that in a second, but it fits down through this little hole here, and we did choose to use a 3-inch downpipe. We opted to use the equipment manifold, which makes that downpipe just a little bit taller, but it gives us a little more room in this general area, which really isn't going to get anything, but that's where it's at. You can see here the return line for the turbo into the block from the turbo. Charge air cool, this will be the hot pipe. It's built, it's over there in the bed. Cold pipe, of course, goes from there down to there. That was all fabricated as well. The heater box is out of it right now because, well, for 2 reasons. KJ broke it, so he had to fix it. It needed a heater core installed, and it was so much easier to build that downpipe with it out of the way. We've got most of the cabling done for right now anyway. A bunch of grounds all coming together right here. I got 3 separate grounds. One runs over to the engine. One of these grounds comes up and goes to the fender. That's what this one will be. And this one goes right to the battery. Temporary cable end until I get the good ones. This is just how we made it run. All the positives come up here. This does have the big Cummins alternator on it, so I have some pretty decent cabling for that. This is straight to the alternator right here, as you can see. Alternator, and this is positive battery cable to the starter. Is that big guy. And this black cable right here, temporary, of course, again, is the positive battery cable. It does have the red lead on it, though. This, of course, forward mounts to the fender up here. The upper radiator hose actually ended up really nice. This is just a hose that I found off the shelf at the local commercial Advanced Auto Parts or CarQuest. This actually goes right into the radiator, looks really good. I still have to dress this up. I did cut this bracket off so that it wouldn't interfere with that upper radiator hose. And the lower radiator hose actually ended up being a pipe that goes all the way across the bottom. I just got that put together today. Got to do a little bit of work to it yet. And there's that downpipe that I put together today, fabricated, got it all together. I think it works out pretty good. The welds are really nice. So next after this is I'm gonna have to get under there and build the rest of the exhaust system. KJ wants to use 4-inch stainless, which you can see laying over there on the ground. So I'm hoping to go right from this to 4-inch and then out the back of the truck. This is a full 4-door, 8-foot bed, so that's gonna be a lot of stainless pipe. which I have plenty. I believe I've got 4-foot sticks there. All right, everybody. So those are the problems that I've been dealing with here with Clifford. Trying to get this thing done before the car show, which is fast approaching. So hopefully we're going to start getting some stuff buttoned up here and finished, and then start putting this thing back together. So, all right, we'll be back soon. Hey, what's going on, everybody? You got the old Mongo man out here in Kenny's garage, and we've been at it hard this morning on Clifford. Parker is tinning Laney. We got George with us here. Go ahead and start this pig, Kenny. Sounds like a Cummins. Bring the thunder.